Okay, so I'm going to sign into SageMath. And I have a lot of stuff in here, so but it just pops up projects, and so I want to create a new project, and so I'm going to call it sample project, but you can call it yours anything. And I say create project, and so now I've got a project, and it's taking a minute to come up. You can see this little comment about up here. Sometimes this thing is really slow, or it doesn't respond. You just have to check back later. And so I want to create a file, and so I want it to be a Sage worksheet. The default name is whatever you want it to be. So if I was working on 1D motion, I might call it 1D velocity or 1D acceleration, or plotting trig functions or something like that. And then I want it to be a Sage worksheet, because that's what I do my that's what does the calculations for us. And so I'm going to put in a comment up here. These hashtags start comments, and I just say, this is a test Sage document or worksheet. Put another comment there. And now I'm going to have to define some variables. And so the way you define variables in Sage is you say x equals var parentheses x, time equals var parentheses time. Let's see, x naught equals var x naught v. No, I'll use a capital. I'll use a lowercase v. V naught x is equal to var v naught x. What else do I need? Maybe an acceleration. Acceleration is equal to var acceleration. And then I give it a value. Acceleration equals 3. And I'm just saying acceleration is 3 meters per second squared, right? We're just going to assume SI units. And I can do some silly stuff. I can say I want to evaluate I don't know why that has parentheses. So I want to integrate x squared plus 7x over the variable x. Maybe I want to take the integral of cosine of x. Let's do a definite integral. X from, I think you do it this way, x comma 0 comma pi, maybe 2 pi. Right. And so I'm just doing some silly stuff here. All right, I'm going to set x naught equal to 10. I'm going to set v naught x. I don't know why I'm getting comments down here on my screen. V naught x is equal to minus 20 meters per second. And then I'm going to define x equals x naught plus v naught x times t plus 1/2 times a times t squared. Defining the position as a function of time, right? And then I can say plot x with t going from 0 to 10. And so then I've made all these just various statements that are doing math stuff for me, and then I'm going to click run up here, and so hopefully I get some kind of a response. Sometimes it's too slow on the server and you don't get a response. Oops, it says I made an error on line 7, and so trace back invalid syntax. Oh, plus 7x. Here we go. I need to have a 7 times x. Right, I've probably done that in a few places maybe. So let's try again. Let me save real quick because it just gave me a warning about saving. And so let's save that. Right, and then let's come back up here and run it again. And so this is the integral here of x squared plus 7x is 1/3 x cubed plus 7/2 x squared. Here's the integral from 0 to 2 pi of cosine, since it does a full oscillation, is 0 because it's equally positive and negative over that interval. And here's a graph of my function. And so that's sort of a beginning shot at Sage. And then I can go back up here and look at my file list, for example, and I've got one sample worksheet, right? And sort of that's where I start.